Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we've got Deal of Destiny, we've got Rule the Ring, the Heroic Giants is still on, and we've also got the Veteran Rewards of all of the Giants thus far. Do remember that you want to get the Veteran Rewards because, if we take a look at the regular rewards, you only get a chance at the WrestleMania Rewind, but if you get the Veteran Rewards here, whatever it asks of you, it gives you 2 chances at WrestleMania 42, and it also gives you a rarity draft pick. So certainly well worth picking up. And we are still working on our Immortal Roman Reigns, which we either have to use 4 more super moves or acquire 7 more sport cards. We can do one of either of those. And from today's little games, we might even get the 7 draft picks. So let's go ahead and claim our free gifts. We've got 2 of them. We've got the one for Golden Week, and we've got the bonus free pack, which gives you a 5% chance at pulling this Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Why? Off to a good start, I see. I'm going to screenshot that, just in case we don't get anything better in this video. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's going to give us a whole bunch of legacy cards that we can throw into WrestleMania Forever. We do have a WrestleMania 42 card, which is a Brandy Rhodes. Another WrestleMania 42 card coming up. Oh, now that one is actually good. That is one that we've been needing a pro of for a while now, which will be very good for the next campaign mode. Got another WrestleMania 42 card coming up, which is a Zelina Vega. Okay, interesting. Now, bear in mind, folks, that I don't think we'll be getting any more Zelina Vegas. So it'll be interesting to see what replaces Power in the next tier. What with Zelina Vega having been released. And of course, we do have our Golden Week pack, which has a chance at having a foil or even the backstage Shinsuke Nakamura. So let's go ahead and claim this. Oh, we got a foil Great Muta. Oh, I think I might go ahead and screenshot that one. And that foil Great Muta is indeed brand new. Interesting. And of course we've got Rule the Ring and Deal of Destiny to do as well, but we'll grab them in just a second as we go ahead and go into Combinable and see what stars it is we need to pick up here, such as this Bret the Hitman Hart, Randall Keith Orton, the Good Father, of course the Godfather, our Kofi's, and our Io Sky. And also, for those that didn't hear it, there has been even more releases. 4 more releases, in fact, which are Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, alongside JC Mateo and Tonga Loa. Which is very interesting because it means that only Johnny Gargano is the only surviving member of the SmackDown Tag Division, which was booming until recently with the departure of Motor City Machine Guns, the New Day, of course, Tonga Loa and JC Mateo, the Wyatt Six. It just seems that WWE are just getting rid of all of their tag teams for some reason. And at this stage, I don't think it would be that surprising if they decided to merge the tag teams once again, so there's only one tag team champions across both brands of Raw and SmackDown, rather than a Raw and a SmackDown tag team championship, because there's not an awful lot going on with the SmackDown tag division at this point. Raw tag division isn't faring much better, unfortunately. but which makes me worry for Eric and Ivar of the Viking Raiders. It certainly seems that WWE in recent years doesn't have as much faith in the tag division as what it perhaps once did in the glory days of such like the Legion of Doom or Demolition. I don't think it really matters here, but we'll go ahead and use a WrestleMania Rewind. Get some large amount of points. Not that the points matter. Oh, we've got a special one. Will we finally get Drew McIntyre, or will this be another freaking WrestleMania 42 equipment? Of course. My goodness, because it's impossible to pull that Drew McIntyre. It's impossible to pull that Roman Reigns or any of the other championship cards that they dangle in front of you like a carrot, but take it away before you get to actually grab the reward. My goodness. I don't know what WWE Supercard are up to recently, but my goodness. Also, I do not get any information, any additional information than what you guys have, but I have a theory that I think when it comes to the WWE Immortals, I suspect that it's going to lower in price the closer it gets to the end of the season. So if you guys don't want to pay the full amount, I would suggest that you wait for a little while, and I think you will see the price drop or go in sale. Perhaps when the next tier comes out. But I think if you want the full use out of it, the idea would be to grab it just now so that you can use it for the rest of the season. Oh, we did the equipment collector. We got enough of them. And that is for our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So let's see what the next reward in the story is. So you have to start either 5 active fusions in the fusion chamber, or acquire a card of rewind rarity or higher 10 times. Okay, we've already managed to do one of them. So let's see if we can do 9 more. Freaking gobbledygooker. Why does it have the higher pull rate than anything else? At least it feels that way. And there's Tongaloa himself, the one who has most recently been released. It is quite shocking just how many wrestlers have been released recently. But also I would like to see those particular wrestlers do well going to other companies such as AEW or any other number of promotions that exist nowadays. I don't want them to just be gone from television. I think that would be absolutely tragic. And I did see MGF tweeted out, "It's a new day, yes it is," which one would imply means that he may think that they are heading to AEW. Now we can finally get our Speed WrestleMania 42 manager. And we can also fortify our Zelina Vega. We could also technically fortify all these cards. I'm not entirely sure that we need to, but equally, I mean, we don't really need the ×5 multipliers. So yeah, there's no reason not to, I guess. Brandy. Mr. Stone. And the Sensational Sherry. The only one that I don't need to is the W Universe, because we do have a special support for Charisma. So there is our power, Charisma, speed, and the only one we need now is toughness, which we need a second Maxine Dupree. When it comes to the base stats, we of course have the Attitude Era Charisma, we have the Golden Era for toughness, we have the Banzai Drop for power, and we have the Soul Snatcher for speed, and we do not need anything else for any of those stats. So unfortunately, this ladder, even if we do make a profit, isn't going to help. Table isn't going to help. Guitar isn't going to help, and the W Universe isn't going to help, because those are the regular ones for power, toughness, speed, and charisma. And let's go to trainable. We are going to train some of those up. Do need to get rid of this equipment anyway. And okay, I think that looks pretty good for the moment. Let's do a quick crack the case, shall we? So we're going to go with our usual 0, 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, there's a 2 somewhere. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, well now we know all of the numbers. So the 5 is in the correct place. That one there can't be a 2 or a 6, so therefore it must be the 4. And then it is 50-50 whether this is 2 and 6, or whether that is a 6 and a 2. And we got it, first time. Again, these rewards from Crack Case could be better, I would say. Let's jump into Rule the Ring. See if we can get ourselves a pro of the Eddie Guerrero with the championship. We finally moved down a ring. A bronze pack. Now we have a 2 in 3 chance of getting another free spin. I'll go for the middle one. And we get it. Another bronze pack. And we have a 1 in 3 chance now of getting a third and final spin. Let's go for the middle again. Dang. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and claim an exit there. Do you have anything that we need to pro? It doesn't look that way. Then next up comes Deal of Destiny. And our first card is the Ref. That was the thing that we needed last time. We now know that the finisher is all the way at the end. So we're going to say higher than a 2. It is the Hero, which is an 8. And we are going to say lower than an 8, which is the Ring, which is a 7. Now there's more chance of it being lower, but I'm feeling higher this time. Dang, I went entirely the wrong way. I'm going to continue. It's 100 credits. And I'm also going to pay for the additional 2 hearts at this point. So we've got 3 more chances to try and complete Deal of Destiny. So we're going to say higher than a 1, which is a 3, which gives the next card -1. And we are still going to say higher than a 3. Okay, it's the Champion, which is actually an 11. We're going to say less than an 11, which is the Manager, which is a 5. We are going to say higher than a 5. Dang. Another local talent. Very surprising. We're going to say higher than a 1, of course, which is the Manager. And we are going to say higher than a 5 again. Okay, that time it was the Ring. Now, last time I said I thought it was going to be higher. It turned out to be a 1. This time I'm going to trust my instinct from the previous one, because this is what happened in the last video. I'm going to say higher than a 7 again. Really? 3 local talents? I am shocked. Well, it has to be higher than a 1. There is the Finisher, which is an 11. We are going to say lower than an 11, which is the Manager. Again, I can't believe it. Let's go ahead and say higher than a 5. All 4 local talents. It's going to cost 750 credits, but this will complete it for us, because, of course, we are going to say higher than a 1, which is the Ring, and we do know that the final one is the Finisher. So we would say higher, but it's already done for us, and we've got our victory. Very unfortunate that we had to pay that additional 750 credits, because I didn't expect to see 4 local talents. There is only 4 of each of those cards, so it's very, very unusual to see all 4 of them. Wow. First pack gave us nothing. Really want to see something good here, because we just spent 1,100 credits. Which doesn't feel like a lot, but it is a lot when you've used all your credits already. This is the gold pack here. Does have a WrestleMania 42 road case, which unfortunately is not exactly what I'm looking for. I want to see a Brock Lesnar. Still haven't pulled the Brock Lesnar yet. Oh, we've got the objective complete. The supporter collection, which is for pulling the rewinds. 10 or more rewinds, or higher. Dang, nothing from this pack either. So we've got 2 more here. These are both for winning and also for getting the champion. It says the highest chance of pulling a special card. We really need to see it from this final 6th pack, of which we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything at all. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. Disgusting is the word that I shall use there. That you can complete through the entirety of Deal of Destiny and not get a single card that is worthwhile. The best we got was the WrestleMania road case, which I'm sure you'll agree with me is not entirely worthwhile. Not for the amount that we spent. We will at least make a couple of pros here. And now let's take a look at our Immortal Roman Reigns. Oh, it wasn't that one that we completed. Then what did we complete? No, seriously, what did we actually complete? It came up that we completed a quest. Am I going insane? I'm pretty sure that we had this from before. Huh? Confused grand cat noises. Is there another quest somewhere that I'm not aware of? If so, where? Alright, someone rewind the video, go back, find out what that quest was that I completed, and someone find out what that quest is or where it is and what it was that I was supposed to have completed, because I don't see it. I don't know where it is, because it doesn't appear to be here. And all you've done is you have confused a grand cat. And as good old Jim Cornette says, if you confuse the audience, you lose the audience. And right now, Grand Cat doesn't know what achievement it was that I was supposed to have just collected. So let's put in these cards and see if we can at least get ourselves the Drew McIntyre, which we have not yet been able to grab. There's so many of these special edition cards that we have just not been able to get. Objective complete pack rat. Now, what on earth is pack rat? It's not in here. It's not in the daily quest. It is not in WrestleMania River. It's not in the Bagpipes quest. Where the hell is this quest? And it's not here either. What the hell did we just complete? Is there like some kind of quest that's supposed to have loaded up that just isn't here? Am I the one that's going crazy? There's nothing over here, right? I'm going to try exiting the game and going back in and see if something shows up. No. I am very confused. Is it perhaps one of these? That's all I can think of, is that maybe it's the different legacy cards, which are the Immortal cards, which I've not paid the 200 credits for yet. I mean, what I was planning to do was I was planning to finish Roman Reigns, and then once we had him fully done, that I was going to move to either Stone Cold or Undertaker, and then try and complete through their stories. But I'm wondering if we are accidentally completing through other objectives that we can't see. That's the only thing that I can possibly think of. Well, I guess we're just going to continue on then. New card discovered? No, there's not. Liar. Feels like we didn't manage to accomplish very much in today's video. We didn't get anything from Deal of Destiny, we didn't get anything from Rule the Ring, we haven't got anything from WrestleMania Forever, we didn't get anything particularly special from our free bonus packs today. And unfortunately our daily streak, I don't think has anything particularly special today. We have the daily streaks here. I'm also trying to keep this Kahana pack here as a reminder and a thank you to Kaha or KH for getting me the Immortal gift. Very, very generous gift. And again, huge thank you to you for doing that for me. So I think since we haven't managed to accomplish much else, I mean, we do have the fusion chamber here that we can go ahead and claim. See if we can get something cool from this. Let's see what our WrestleMania 42 fusion is today. It is Ron the Truth Killings, which, the way the tag division is going and the way the releases are going, I worry for R-Truth's future, especially as they have brought in a new comedy wrestler in Danhausen, who is doing tremendous more merchandise sales than what R-Truth did. And I feel like TKO is going to just turn around at some point and say, well, what do we need this guy for then? And we have seen R-Truth fired before, and there was the shout-outs to get him brought back. But I really feel, although he's tag team champion, he's just the comic sidekick relief to the more serious Damien Priest. And again, being released from WWE is not a bad thing. It was before AEW was a brand, because then your next best bet was to maybe head over to TNA. But now that there is a lot more wrestling related products, I mean, there always was, but now there's even more, that I think AEW, like TNA was not a proper rival to WWE, but I think that AEW has potential to be, so long as Tony Khan can get his ass in gear and make some proper, compelling storylines. I also really feel like Darby Allin should have maybe won the AEW World title off of MJF at a pay-per-view rather than a random Dynamite. And I'm pretty sure that the only reason that happened was because it was over WrestleMania weekend. It was the Wednesday going into WrestleMania weekend, and I think the whole purpose of that was for AEW to get people to talk about AEW over WrestleMania. And then, of course, the Dynamite after WrestleMania, Darby Allin and Tommaso Ciampa put on what Dave Meltzer said was a 5-star classic. I don't think it was exactly 5 stars, but it was a decent match. I think they were told to go out there and burn the house down, put on a barn burner of a match. So I do think the AEW has potential. I just think it needs a more competent direction to go in. I mean, I am not a booker. I am not in a position to say, well, this is how I would do things. But I have been watching wrestling for over a quarter of a century. And I do see when things are good and when things are bad. And I think that AEW could be better, is my honest opinion. But I also think that there is a lot of space in AEW for talent to go there and make a name for themselves in the same way that Cody Rhodes did, or I mean, there have been some AEW exclusive stars like MJF, who is absolutely fantastic. Darby Allin, of course. It's also, I mean, when John Moxley was Dean Ambrose in WWE, he was really just spinning his wheels. He was not going anywhere. And when he went to AEW, he became massive. Unfortunately, he has fallen down the card a little bit. But I think AEW, Tony Khan kind of gets favourites. And then he's like, okay, I'm bored with this wrestler now. Now I'm going to make this my new pet project. And then wrestlers get lost in the shuffle, which I think is what happened to Miro, formerly Rusev, who is now currently Rusev, and Malachi Black, formerly Aleister Black, currently Aleister Black, and soon to be possibly Malachi Black. However, I think he may have burned his bridges with AEW. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that R-Truth, because I don't know how much else we're going to do. Excellent. I think we can make that pro for Rook. At least I hope so. No, we can't. Dag nammit. Where's Pixel? It is. Great. So we've got one of each of the ones that need to be pro'd and not the actual pros themselves. Because that means that we are starting another Pixel Fusion. And I really thought that was going to give us a star there. We were going to be able to get rid of a card. But no, instead, it means that we have got another one we need to sit and wait for. And I think we will start another WrestleMania Fusion. The only ones we are currently missing is Miles Bourne. Of course, we do have the R-Truth. We just need to exit out and go back in order to get that. And we also have an F1 Chelsea Green, which is very nice to see. We're going to lock down this R-Truth. Do we have a better image for R-Truth? I also think that R-Truth doing the whole, I'm a huge fan of John Cena thing, like, hasn't really been working for a while, and yet his moveset is doing the attitude adjustment, the five knuckle shuffle, etc. And it's cool that R-Truth is strong enough to get big guys up on his shoulder, which is like, you're like, whoa, okay. You know, like R-Truth is a lot stronger than what anyone thinks. But I think it would be nice to see a more serious R-Truth, like someone who's like a little bit more driven rather than the laid back. However, it is making Damian Priest look like an absolute monster, as he did on SmackDown, where he was against Fraxium, where he South of Heavened Axiom, and then he did the Razor's Edge to Nathan Frazier, and just definitively and dominantly beat both of them essentially by himself with R-Truth at the side of the ring. At least that was the finish to the match, and I thought that made him look really, really good. He also looks incredibly massive. The thing is, like, Razor Ramon was a massive, massive guy, but you would never be able to tell because he was always paired in the ring with people that were bigger than him, the likes of Hogan, the likes of Kevin Nash, and other such big guys. And the problem is if everyone's massive, then no one is. But seeing Damian Priest alongside people like Nathan Frazier and Axiom, you really get to see the scale of just how big Damian Priest actually is. So it's really, really cool when such a thing happens. So I think the next thing we are going to do is we're going to activate our next hero, and we're going to pay 200 credits here to unlock good old Stone Cold Steve Austin. I tell ya what. And there is the Book of Stone Cold, the Book of 316. And there is our Stone Cold Steve Austin's. Oh, hell yeah. And let's see his story. So our first one is to acquire a rewind card or higher, or to open a card pack 20 times. So we've opened lots of card packs, and this did not go up. Whoa, I almost dropped my phone. My goodness. So I'm thinking maybe we should just pay the credits to unlock everyone. But then I don't know if I start doing these, will it still give me these? Like if I get a rewind or higher here, is it going to increase both this to 4 and also this one to 1? Or is it only going to do one or the other? I don't know how that exactly works. Also, we can change the image here. We do have a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austins. What is this one? Oh, it's WrestleMania Rewind. Why is there like a kind of background image here? Like, you see that big square? It's almost like they forgot to crop that out. But I think if I was going to go with a Stone Cold image, it's not this one. It is that one that we would be going for with the title over the shoulder, which I think looks very, very cool. And if we swap over to the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, let's go ahead. Oh my goodness, there's so many. There we are. That is the one we will stick with. And we really need an Undertaker with a title image to go with these other ones. You know, I'm going to go ahead and maybe not screenshot that one. Swap into Stone Cold here. And what if we were to go into something like Leagues and edit our deck? Wow, that is a mess. Ring domination at the moment. Yeah, there we are. Let's go ahead and screenshot that one. Now that's annoying that it kicks you all the way back out there. Yes, there we are. The Roman Reigns with the title in the background as well. Okay, so we've unlocked 2 of our WWE Immortals. We have 3 more left to unlock, which is, of course, Shawn Michaels, who does have an image with a title. It's the Intercontinental title. Unfortunately, you can't use it because it's considered one of those special ones, which is very annoying. We do have a Macho King, Randy Savage, but not a Macho Man with the world title. And Undertaker, again, I don't believe has a title image, at least not one that I can think of. But there we are, folks. That is going to be it for this little video. And I really hope that you have all enjoyed. And do remember that if you're playing Giants Unleashed, even if you have completed Giants Unleashed, even if you have got the final reward, you've got your heroic Jacob Fatu, remember that you do want to continue playing so that you can get these veteran rewards, as these veteran rewards do give you a rare to draft pick, which is very essential because there will always be a limited edition card that comes out at the end, the final week of the tier. And you also want to try and get your WrestleMania 42 rewards rather than your WrestleMania Rewind rewards. So it is absolutely well worth just jumping it in and getting the minimal amount of points that you need or games that you need just to get those additional rewards. And once again, with that said, folks, that is now going to be it for this little video. And I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. Oh, you have to swap to him? There we go. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.